gonna be close, man. I didn't go for the sword quick draw, so it's gonna be close. Ooh! Oh, I think it's world record. I think it is by 1 frame. I think it is. I think I got it. That's world record. Let's go.
When a world record in an extremely competitive and popular game is beaten, it is a monumental accomplishment. And when a world record is beaten by just 1 frame, or in other words, 1/60th of a second, that is a legendary moment to behold. And this just happened in The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. On the 8th of May, 2023, the speedrunner known as RichardSage submitted the closest world record the game has ever seen, a 13-minute 10-second run which beat the previous world record by just 0.016 seconds, which is 1 frame at a frame rate of 60 frames per second. Not only that, this world record was set in the most popular speedrun category for the game by far, with over 1,100 total runs submitted, making this achievement all the more amazing. Now, if you haven't kept up to date with Ocarina of Time speedrunning in the last few years, or you're simply new to this, I'll give you a quick explanation and rundown of the category and the route, but if you're already familiar, skip to this timestamp in the video. Before we take a look at this run, let's explain this category, as it is not any percent, which means that this is technically not the fastest way to beat the game anymore, although it used to be until the relatively recent discoveries of arbitrary code execution and stale reference manipulation. Arbitrary code execution is anything that directly modifies the game's code, or creates custom code for the game to run, which can be used to do almost anything, such as creating new actors, scenes, items, or otherwise changing the game's code or data. Due to the nearly limitless possibilities, this trick is banned in most speedrun categories, but is allowed in any percent. Stale reference manipulation is a glitch which overwrites certain parts of the game's actor data and code to arbitrary values by unloading actors and loading something else in their place. Both of these discoveries led to drastically altering the any percent route in Ocarina of Time, meaning that Link could warp right to the credit sequence from Kokiri Forest in only a couple of minutes. Because of this, the community decided to rename the former any percent category and create a new one in its place, as the runs were so different, and many speedrunners were more interested in running without these particular game-breaking glitches. This category is called Defeat Ganon No SRM, and the rules are simple. 1. Complete the game by defeating Ganon using any means necessary. 2. Arbitrary code execution is banned. And 3. Stale reference manipulation is also banned. At the very beginning of the game, Link leaves his house to go and collect the sword hidden in Kokiri Forest, collecting rupees along the way. He makes his way to the shop to buy the Deku Shield, and shows both the sword and shield to Mido in order to be able to enter the Great Deku Tree. After breaking the web in the middle of the floor, the speedrun requires a trick called Get Item Manipulation, or GIM for short. For this trick, Link falls down with a very specific angle in order to clip out of bounds after hitting a gold Skulltula on the wall. On a specific frame of Link's bobbing animation in the water, he can move while diving and will grab onto the wall before the dive animation gets to finish. Since he never emerged from the dive, the game assumes Link is diving downward, meaning he can collect a Deku Nut, which will only display as collected once he surfaces from the water. Before doing that, Link climbs up and touches a chest to overwrite the value of the item that will be collected, and so when Link jumps into the water and surfaces, he gets a glitched text box and an invisible item, which writes a bottle into his inventory, which is needed to perform the legendary Wrong Warp. This trick is performed one more time before heading over to Goma, whom Link will defeat at the same time he takes damage, meaning he will die immediately after the cutscene plays out, respawning him close to the exit of the tree. Link performs a movement glitch called a hyperextended super slide off the enemy damage boost to get to the Lost Woods to collect bugs in the bottle. He heads right back to the Deku Tree, all the way to Goma's room to perform a Wrong Warp, which is a precise trick that tricks the game into loading Ganon's tower when Link exits the area. From here, Link does a precise clip out of bounds to quickly progress to the tower, and towards the exit while the tower begins to collapse. The only remaining segment is the Ganon fight, during which Link performs the infinite sword glitch, allowing him to deal extra damage to Ganon, collects the Master Sword, and then timing ends when the final blow is dealt. This is a bit of an oversimplification, but for the most part, this is the route. Lozoots is an American runner who has held the record on multiple occasions, and is a tremendous force to be reckoned with. Since I began working on this video, he's already taken the world record back. He is primarily known for running the Any %, Defeat Ganon, and 100% categories of the game, but has completed runs in a vast number of other more niche categories, including but not limited to low percent, mweep percent, and dank percent. And yes, that last one is a real category. Lozoots currently holds the Defeat Ganon No SRM world record with a time of 13 minutes and 3 seconds, which beats his previous personal best of 13 minutes and 10 seconds. It was this run that held the record for months before Torje beat it and set a new world record recently. He is a Norwegian runner who is known as a titan of this category, having held the record numerous times. As well as that, in July of 2019, he was the first player to beat Ocarina of Time in under 17 minutes using the old timing method. An incredible and historical feat cementing his legacy in the Ocarina of Time speedrun timeline. Note that we no longer start the timer for the speedrun before the first cutscene, so this 16-minute 58-second run would actually be considered a 14-minute 6-second run today. His sudden comeback to the game in recent times led to a world record run with a final time of 13 minutes and 10.716 seconds. It's important to mention the time to the thousandths, because it would be by the smallest possible margin that RichardSage would beat this time. He is an Australian runner and one of the most hardworking people in the scene. Known especially for his positive and warm demeanor, he originally held the record back in 2020, and had since returned to take back the crown. Nobody could have predicted what would happen next. When he did end up beating Torje's run and claiming the world record, it would be by a whopping 0.016 seconds, equating to a single frame. This is incredible because it is the smallest amount of time a run can be beaten by, and an incredibly rare occurrence in speedrunning in general, especially so for longer games. Here is a side-by-side comparison of moments of both RichardSage's run and Torje's run to show you just how close this really was.
But a lot of the time, you're gonna get your first audience through a byproduct of relationship building on Twitch. Like, so the content you make should bring awareness that you actually are a streamer. Because I was pretty diligent. Like, I was making content from my first week, first weeks of streaming. I didn't just stream, I was making a lot of YouTube videos too. But I worked hard, man. Like, I'd stream for 6 hours and edit for 5 hours. Damn it, this angle's weird.
Holy shit, dude.
RNG, good fight.
Holy shit.
It's a PB. I don't know if it's a world record.
Holy fucking shit, dude.
Oh, I think it's world record. I think it is by 1 frame.
God.
I think it is. I
Let's
think I got
fucking
it.
go, dude.
That's world record.
Oh.
Let's go. We're gonna
That's
have to
fucking
frame
world
count it.
record.
We're gonna frame count it, but I think that's world record. Let's go.
This category is on fire right now, and it's an amazing time to be an Ocarina of Time speedrun fan. I'll link all of the runs and runners in the description of this video, so please do go give them some support and check them out if you're interested in seeing more. Thank you everybody for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Lots of love. Ciao for now.